Hey everyone, and welcome to our Zoom. My name is Christina Whiteley. If you're here, you probably know who I am, and I am excited to share with you some of the tips and tricks and aha moments that I got from attending the Top Earner Academy live in Orlando last weekend. For those of you that don't know, the Top Earner Academy live is put on by the Higdon Group. It is a place where network marketers from all different companies can come, share, grow. There's absolutely no toleration for cross-recruiting or anything like that. It's just a really safe space for us all to learn. So I really am excited to share with you some of the things that I learned there, but I also want to give you guys a bit of a disclaimer. What I'm about to tell you, it may or may not be the right thing for you. Okay, it may or may not work for you, but I just want to give you another perspective. I want to give you some insight. Being in that room with people who have been in this industry, I've only been in this industry for 3 years, so I started seeking people that have been in the industry longer, that have gone through more things than I have. So basically, I was in a room full of people that have been in network marketing for 10, 20, 50 years, okay? Some of these people have made millions of dollars. Some have made tens of millions of dollars. Larry and Taylor Thompson there, they started with Herbalife on the same day that Jim Rohn joined Herbalife, and they worked with Jim Rohn for 26 years. They've made over $100 million in network marketing. So these are the kind of people that I started conversations with and asked questions to and tried to gain insight from, because I really wanted to bring that back to you guys. And the thing is, in our industry, things are changing and they change all the time. We're very, very lucky. Hey, Alicia. We're very, very lucky that we get to be in an industry that A, creates financial freedom, B, helps people everywhere, but C, we get to change the game in this industry, because in the 80s, it was kind of trashed, but now millennials are looking at this as like the next best thing because they have their freedom, they've got school debt. Like, this is the best case scenario for a lot of millennials. They're seeing the value of working online. But here's the thing. What's going to make somebody pick you over everybody else? Okay, that's what I want you to start thinking about. I want to teach concepts and not give you tasks. Okay, so I just wanted to give you that disclaimer that you can run your business in many different ways. There are many different techniques. You can stand on a park bench and yell at people. You can walk through the mall and hand out blitz cards. You can host online parties. You can do live videos. You can post. You can message. You can host parties. You can go to events. You can do this business in many, many, many different ways. But I want to teach you concepts that will change your way of thinking, that will make you stand out in a crowd of 10 other people that is asking that same potential, the same questions. Okay, so what I want to talk to you first about is community and culture. I want to talk to you about how important that is. Now, It Works has an incredible culture. People seek us out because we are fun, we are outgoing, we embrace technology, and we've created this beautiful, fun culture that people just want to be a part of. Now, I encourage you to create that culture on your team and in your team page. If you go to your team page right now and it is all business all the time, you are only speaking to about 20%. Please make sure that you guys are muted, okay? You're only speaking to about 20% of your audience, okay? Because I'm gonna break this down for you. 80% of people are there for the community. They're there to make an extra $500 max a month, and they're there to be supported, loved on, encouraged, and inspired. 15% of people want to make $2,000 to $5,000 a month, and 5% of people want to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, okay? If you can think about this on a daily basis, it's going to change how you interact with your group, and you have to be okay with that, okay? Embracing the level of desire no matter what is something that we want to make people feel good about. So we want our team pages to be fun. We want to come up with fun contests. This month we're doing a charity giveaway. So the person with the highest enrollments in the first 2 weeks for us, I'm going to give $500 to a charity of their choice. Anybody else that gets an enrollment will get a draw, and $200 will go to somebody that we're just going to pick a name and it'll go to their charity of choice. So just thinking about different ways that you can incentivize contests and ways like with your 80% of people that are in here to help other people, that you're going to appeal to them and not just do business wise. Making sure that you have a focus group and that people earn that focus group, not just diamonds and above, but make people earn a focus group, because you've got people in there that you might miss if you're just working with a certain level of leadership, but you may have new people that are being injected into your business that have a hunger for it and really want to be there. So one of the things that I do in contests, and this is a really great tip, is instead of focusing on your top producers, try and make the masses move. Okay, so instead of getting your top producers to do a little bit more, try and get your whole team to do something. So what we've implemented is doing contests and doing a pre-contest and a post-contest. So a pre-contest is a 7-day pre-contest to qualify for the actual monthly contest. And all you need to do is enroll one loyal customer, right? That's it. And that's pretty doable for most people to pre-qualify. And then in the contest, you're going to up your game and you're going to have to do a little bit more than that. Maybe it's enroll 3 customers. Maybe it's enroll 3 customers in a distributor, whatever it is, to get into a focus group or get onto a Zoom with somebody they really want to see. And now I know right now that you guys have shown up for this Zoom. So you are not in the 80%. Okay, you're not in the 80% of your team. You're in the 15% of people that actually want to be here and do something with the business. And I say actually, and I shouldn't say that at all. This is me in practice, you guys. This is seriously me in practice, because I've got to rewire my brain. I'm a 5%er and I only think about money and moving forward and hitting goals. And that's not normal. And that's something that I had to learn. So it's really about making people feel good, feel really good about being there, no matter what their level of desire is. This is so important. This is so, so, so important that you understand this concept, because if you were sitting here watching and you've had people come into your business and leave, like if you've been in the business for a couple of years and you've kind of been sitting about the same level with the same amount of people working on your team, it's because you're lacking in culture on your team. If you're sitting about the same volume level in your customers, it's because you're lacking in putting your customers' needs before your own, and you're not providing enough value for them to stay. So there's reasons why you're struggling to move your volume. If you stay till the end of this Zoom, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to fast track your business. Like hands down, this is what you're going to do to fast track your business. But these are the tips that I'm going to give you on the way there that is going to make sense so that you have enough time to fast track your business, okay? So our job is to make people feel good regardless of their level of desire. And when you want people to listen to you, when you want them to do something, it's important that you tell stories. If you can become an expert storyteller, you will absolutely change the game for your business. Okay, so if somebody says, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time growing my team. I'm having a hard time enrolling team members or distributors. So tell them a story about somebody on your team who didn't enroll their first distributor for 6 months, like Cami Pentecost, right? Who is screen sharing? Please stop. Okay. Thank you. I don't know who that was, but here we are. Okay, now I can see. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I have to remember. So be a storyteller and tell them about somebody who didn't roll their first distributor for 6 months, or tell them about somebody who started sending 20 messages a day and started changing their posts up, and all of a sudden they were enrolling distributors and completing the steps of success. Now, you may be somebody that enrolls 100 people a month. You may be somebody that focuses on customers and retention. You may be somebody that is a steps to success completer. None of those are better than the other. You just have to pick one and be consistent. That's all. You just have to pick one and be consistent for years. It's totally fine. You just have to keep moving forward step by step. I've got notes here because I just don't want to forget anything. So I want you to think about this and I want you to write it down. when you're telling stories, when you're talking to people, it's really important to tell small success stories and not big ones. Because when you talk about that person that went diamond in 90 days or presidential in 60, people aren't going to believe that they can do it. But when you talk about somebody who went ruby after their first year or went diamond 2 or 3 years in, then they're going to think, okay, I can do this part-time and I can do that too. And what we want to do is keep people around the campfire. You want to keep people in the business until they find something that inspires them. And you cannot inspire them. Like, you cannot motivate them. You can't do that. All you can do is be you and be the example and hope to inspire them when they're open and ready to be moving forward in their business. And that's something that you really have to accept too in your business, is that, you know, different levels of desire warrant different actions, and nobody is wrong versus right. If they are on an auto ship and they're enjoying our products, then I'm so happy to have you here. I'm thrilled to have you here. So what I want to talk about is you want to make them feel good. So write down them, it, and you. When you are speaking about something, when you are training, when you are coaching, when you are talking to somebody, you want to make them feel good regardless of their level of desire. You want to make what they're talking to them be exciting and fun, and them feel good about what you're talking to them about, regardless if it's something that they've got to do differently or move forward or whatever it is. Maybe you're introducing a new concept, but you've got to make them feel good about what you're talking about, and you want them to feel good about you. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I first started this business, I didn't realize that I was a 5%er. I didn't realize that I was a red. I thought everybody else was like me, and I scared a lot of people. I scared a lot of people away. They didn't think they were good enough for this business. They didn't think they could be me. They didn't think that they were credible enough. I did this business backwards. And I thought I had to be the best in the room. I had to know the most about the product. I had to be so professional. And what I've learned in our industry is it's completely opposite to that. It's actually really, really, really important to be duplicatable and relatable. That's more important than being the person that is standing at the top of the room telling people what to do. Because when people look up there, so I'm going to give you an example. When I first started this business, I said, hi, my name is Christina Whiteley, 35 years old. I talk about my rank, which I don't talk about anymore because nobody cares, nor do they believe that they can make $20,000 or $30,000 a month doing this business. I talked about owning a salon, an on-site wedding business. I was trying to be credible. Like, I was a business owner and I decided to do this. I talked about all my accomplishments and how fast I did it. And what happened was, number one, people would totally just discredit themselves, being like, I can't do this. I didn't own a business. She must have a massive network. She's a hairstylist. She did all of that and had a baby and blah, blah, blah. I wore it like a badge of honor. And my coach, Ray, kind of talked to me about this. I wore it how hard I worked as a badge of honor. And 80% of people, actually 95% of people, don't want to work as hard as me. So if I'm talking about all the things that I'm doing and how credible I am, people are totally just going to think I can't do that, or I don't want to do that. Now when I'm telling my story, I talk to people about, I was working 10 to 12-hour days. I'd miss out on singing my daughter to sleep at night. I'd miss out on barbecues. I'd miss out on camping with her. I'd miss out on going to the lake with my friends. I'd miss out on my life. And I talk to people about things that are relatable to them. It's important that you don't talk about what you're trying to sell. So don't talk about the products and the business. Don't talk about that. Talk about the problem and the desired outcome. So talk about symptoms of the problem. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was exhausted. I was being exposed to chemicals. I was on my feet all the time. My hormones were a mess. My weight was fluctuating up and down. I was struggling. Talk about the stuff that makes you vulnerable and authentic, because only you can tell your story. Nobody else can tell your story like you, and you need to tell people the reality of it. And that was something that I was trying to hide for a couple of reasons. Number one, because I was bullied since I was in grade 3 or 4. I was bullied all the way through my high school years very badly. And so I always wanted to come across as a strong individual so that nobody bullied me. But number two, because people want to know who you are, and people do business with who they know, like, and trust. So how are you going to be any different than the 10 other people that are sending them a message that's saying, buy my stuff, join my team? That's what I want you to start thinking about, because 5 years ago, we were one of the only businesses out there that was using social media. Now they are being asked by multiple people in different health and wellness companies with similar products. So what is going to make you different? Okay. And it's also about, here's the other thing. It's about creating curiosity and getting people to raise their hand. Instead of trying to sell somebody something, get them to raise their hand and ask a question. That's what our job is. And then instead of getting on a message and giving them all this information on why they should buy our products, get them to raise their hand again and say, yeah, I'd like more information, just by having a simple conversation with them. Reaching out to people is going to be a lot different, because here's the deal. Yes, use Host-to-Post. If Post-to-Post is working for you, use Host-to-Post. But I'm telling you right now that people are being approached multiple times a day and are getting multiple messages a day. If I have a crazy social media presence and people even take 2 seconds to look at my Facebook page and I'm getting messages from other companies, everybody is getting messages from other companies. So here's what I want you to think about. You can send as many messages a day as you want, but I'm going to choose to change how I connect with people a little bit differently, because I want you to put yourself in the position of being the customer. How would you want to be treated? Would you want somebody to reach out to you that you've never spoken before, you've never heard from, and say, hey, can you do me a favor? Would you put a post on your wall? I'll give you an entry to win something. Maybe, right? See if they're open. I always think it's good to see if they're open. But would you get more out of it if you went to their Facebook page for 2 seconds and found something about them and sent them a message to say, oh my God, I just saw your dog. You have a mini Aussie too, so do I. I love them. How old is yours? What's her name? Right? A simple conversation, having a 2-sentence or 3-sentence, even a 2-minute conversation back and forth with somebody, and just saying, hey, thanks. Hey, I was just thinking about this. Hey, we have this big giveaway. Would you be interested in throwing a post up on your wall for me? Would you be interested in earning or in having an entry to win this draw? I'd be happy to put you in it if you wanted to do that. It's just a different way of approaching people. And when people are being asked to buy stuff over and over and over again, using live videos is my favorite way to grow my business. But it's a technique. Like I said in the beginning, it's a technique. So particularly, I like using live videos to bring people in, make them comment, make them like it. Then I'm going to send them a private message. And this is what I want to bring to your attention. It's like choose your own adventure. So they liked or commented on my live video, on my post. Maybe I met them in person, whatever it is. Whatever your first point of contact is, okay, they've watched your live video. I'm going to send them a message. That's like already a yes. They've already watched my live video and made a comment or liked it. That's a yes. If they haven't, that's a no. That's okay. Let that fall off the wayside. I'm going to send them a message and I'm going to say, hey, I saw you watch my live video on A, B, C, or D, whatever it's about. Are you interested in any more information about making money from home? Are you interested, or do you know anybody that is looking for weight loss product? Yes or no, right? They say no, that's right. Okay, no worries, have a great week. They say yes. Oh, okay, awesome. Would you be interested in whether, say it's an opportunity, like say it's the opportunity call or an opportunity video. Oh, would you be interested in watching this quick video to give you a little bit more information? Yes or no? Right? They say, yes, here's the video. When's a good time to check back in with you? Yes or no, right? So I'm going to check back in with them on Tuesday because they say Tuesday's a good day. I'm going to check back in. Have you watched the video? Yes or no? Maybe yes, maybe no. If they've watched the video, great. What was your favorite part? Yes or no? Again, choose your own adventure. Your job is simply to see if they'll raise a hand. At any point in time, they may not. And that's okay because you've already made your first or second or third point of contact. And that is somebody that you can follow up with later down the road. They're just saying, no, not right now. Maybe they don't have enough information. Maybe the timing's not right. But you guys, I said no for 2 years. I said no for 2 years, and look where my business is now after 3 years. So it's just a difference in perspective and not getting hung up on who says yes and who says no. If you continue to ask daily and put your business first and put your reaching out first, your business will explode. Hands down, that's what'll happen. But just by simply asking the question and seeing if they're going to go for it and continuing down that path. This is going to make so much more sense when I talk to you about onboarding people into your business, okay? So it's just about making people feel good, providing valuable content on your page so that people want to come back and see what you're talking about. If you're in a health and wellness company, what should you talk about? living healthy, provide healthy tips, why drinking water is good, fruits or vegetables you can eat that'll help you lose weight, your favorite activities, showing that you are active and out, you're swimming with your kids, you're hiking, you're at the gym, whatever it is, showing that you live a healthy lifestyle, letting people have a little peek into what your life looks like so that they get to know you. And I think that, even if you think about it this way and you're messaging for the business and say, how I like to reach out is say, hey, I just came across your profile. It's really great. You may or may not be interested. So always give people an out. You may or may not be interested, but I think that, that this might be something you might want to take a look at. Are you open? So always ask, are you open? Are you interested? If they're not, no big deal. Move on. No big deal. Seriously. And then make it simple. Okay. So often we overcomplicate this, and I'm going to dumb this down for you guys so easy. I want you to write the sentence down. All I do is. All I do is. Let's make this super, super simple. Because if you overcomplicate it and give them A, B, C, D, E, F, G that I do every single day, they're going to think, can I do all of those things? All I do is take these products and talk to people, right? All I do is take these products and I feel great. I've got so much energy. I don't gain any weight. I know that I'm getting my full nutritional value. All I do is take these products. I feel awesome. All I do is share that with people. All I do is talk to people on a daily basis and see if they're interested. All I do is ask people if they know somebody who wants to lose weight. That's all I do. Okay, I want you to think about this in a different way, and I want you to dumb it down, because duplication is key. If somebody has to come into your business and go through a 45-minute training video and A, B, C, D, E, F, G units, they might not start working because they think they've got it on board and do all of these things. But if you bring somebody into this business and have a 5-minute welcome video in your team page, and all it says is, hey, I'm so happy that you're here, whether you came in to use the products and be part of our team and our family, or you came here to build a business and create an extra income, whether that's $100 a month or $1,000 a month, maybe it's more, it doesn't matter. We're so happy that you're here. If you're ready to build your business, reach out to your sponsor and we'll be ready to get you started. Please let us know. Again, we're so happy that you're here. And we make people feel good about any level of desire that they have. This is so important because people are going to build this business in all different ways, but I'm telling you, the longer you keep them around the campfire, different people are going to get different aha moments and people are going to take off. I've been around long enough to see people after a year or 2 years absolutely take off in their business, start completing the steps to success multiple times and blow up their business and become an incredible leader because they were gaining the confidence to do so that entire time. And if you don't make them feel welcome because they don't have the same level of desire as you do, they will leave and they will go to another company. Okay? All I do is talk to people every day. All I do is reach out and see if people are open. That's all I do. Make it really, really simple. It's duplicatable. And I also I think Larry and Taylor Thompson had 1 million people on their team or something ridiculous. I should probably get those stats right, but something ridiculous. And when I talked to Larry, he just said, you just keep doing the same thing. He looked at me, he's like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 35. And he's like, try being in the business for 50 years. He's like, you are overcomplicating it. You are not giving people a seat at the table when they deserve one because you're making them feel like they're not good enough. And you are probably not following the 2, 2, and 2 rule, which I'm going to tell you right now. So every 3 to 6 months, you should evaluate your business and where you are. The 2, 2, and 2 rule is you need to do 2 things starting today. You need to stop doing, you need to do 2 new things starting today. You need to stop doing 2 things, and you need to continue doing 2 things. I cannot tell you what those 2 things are, but if you sit down after this Zoom and actually think about them, 2 things that you should be doing, that you should start doing. 2 things that you need to stop doing because it's a waste of time, and 2 things that you need to continue and be strong and coach your team to do. So that's the 2, 2, and 2 rule, and if you're reevaluating your business every 3 to 6 months with that, you'll be fine, and you're consistent, right? So when you're recruiting new people, like I said, brand new 5-minute welcome video, everybody's welcome. You're here to buy products. You're here to be on AutoShip. You're here to share your results. You're here to kind of check it out to see if we're weird or not. I don't care what you're here for. But as long as you're here, we're happy to have you. Feel free to ask questions and all that kind of stuff. And then when they come back to me, if they want to start building their business, at the end of the video, I'm like, yep. I let them know this is where eSuite is. These are training videos. This is how you sign a customer, right? Get them started. But when you've watched this video, come back to your sponsor. If they come back to me, if is another huge word that I want you to write down because that's going to make a lot of sense soon. If they come back to me, I'm going to get them to write down their 30s list, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to help them reach out to those people to begin. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. That is my onboarding process. Okay? I'm always going to be here for them. If they have any questions, concerns, anything. But what I usually do when people ask me questions, I point them to a video. If I don't have a video on my team page coaching on that, I'm going to make a video, because if they're asking me a question, their downline or somebody that is coming into the business soon will ask me a question. Okay? Will ask me that question again, and they're going to be able to point to the video. That is going to save you so much time. So I highly recommend pointing to videos to coach people instead of spending an hour on the phone. If you are spending an hour on the phone coaching people multiple times a week, you are wasting time, because not only do they have their own life going on in the background, they're only absorbing 10% of what you're saying. You're wasting 90% of your time. So pointing people to a video where they can go back, rewatch, take notes, all that kind of stuff, super, super, super effective. And not giving them a list a mile long to do before they get their business started, right? Like getting them in there. When they say, what training do you have? Well, go back and review the conversation we had. How did we talk? You're training them for the moment you start talking to them. Okay? You're training them on everything just by simply being the example. So Casey, you just asked, so what do you do when they don't get back to you? Nothing. I do nothing. Because if I message them and I say, hey, did you watch that training video? And they said no. So I will, you know what, I actually need to stop and just say this. So if they're brand new, I will check in with them their first week and say, did you watch the video? And if they said no, okay, when's a good time to check back in? Next week? If I check in next week when they say to check in and they have not watched the video, I am not checking in with them again. They know where I am. They will reach out to me. I'm going to tell you why, Casey, because I know you're freaking out. It's okay. Don't worry, girl. I got you. So when they are not answering you and you're asking them, have you watched that video? Oh, you haven't watched the video? And you check in again. Have you watched the video? This can go through, have you done these tasks? Have you done your IPAs today? Have you done that? We know they haven't done them. We're just making them feel like shit is really what's happening. And every time you go to them and ask them, have you done this? Are you doing this? If you're reaching out to them and they are not coming to you asking for advice, you are making them feel like shit. You're making them feel less than because they don't have the same level of desire as you. That one stung me really hard. That one stung me really, really hard because I never wanted to make people feel bad. I always wanted them to know I was there to help them. We are not helping them. We are enabling them to not do a business. We're enabling them to not grow their teams. We're enabling them to not turn into leaders. That's what's happening, okay? So if yes, this. If no, this. So they come into your business, okay? They've watched a 5-minute training video. They're so excited, okay? So you've gotten them to write a 30s list. Here's how you're going to reach out to people. Go reach out to your 30s list and come back and tell me exactly what they say. Screenshot, phone call, whatever. They're going to come back and tell you. Or they're not, okay? Or they're not. If they don't come back and tell you and they're brand new distributors, you're going to reach out to them in a couple of days and say, hey, how did it go with your 30s list? Oh, I've been so busy. I haven't gotten around to that. I'm so sorry. I'll get around. Okay, no problem. It's totally okay. It's totally fine. Life is busy. I want to make them feel good. I want them to feel good about reaching out to their 30s list because that's what them, it, and me. I want them to feel good about reaching out to their 30s list, but I want them to feel good about me saying, it's not a big deal. Don't worry. I'm not putting any pressure on you because my level of desire is higher than yours. Okay? That's totally fine. Here's what's going to happen. These people are going to come back. These people are all going to come back when they are ready or they see something on your team page or something that motivates them or their life changes and they're ready to do the work because we all have those people on our team that come back. and ask questions and want to know and are there and are signing up and are in. We all have those rock stars. Yes, I see you guys raising your hands. We all have those rock stars on our team that want more information, that are coming to us and asking the questions, right? We might be pointing you to videos at the time. Ray points me to videos all the time, okay? So he doesn't have to deal with my stupid ass questions. But we may point to videos, but we're still there for you. We're still going to support you. We're still going to do all of those things. I just need you guys to know that when you keep reaching out to people and hounding them and coaching them, you're making them feel bad about themselves because they don't have the same level of desire as you. So here's the solution. Go out and recruit. And Casey, I'm gonna shout you out because I know you've completed your steps to success. I can never say that, and sex comes out of my mouth and it's super awkward. I know you've completed your steps to success 5 or 6 times in a month, right? Like, I know that you've done that. So here's the solution. You go out and recruit. And you welcome those people into your team page. You welcome them all the time. Again, the other thing I don't love is group chats, because you're throwing information in there assuming every single person has the same level of desire as you when they do not. Or they have the same level of desire as the group and they do not. So if you notice that, sometimes you guys put a bunch of newbies in a chat and it's crickets, nobody says anything. They're all really nervous. And they all have different levels of desire. And you're throwing, post this, post that, send this message, do this, do that. They don't have the same level of desire as you. And in their mind, they're sitting there thinking, can I do this? Can I actually do this? Am I actually going to put that post on my, they're not ready to do that yet. So don't take it away from them. Keep them by the campfire. Say you're welcome. Hang out with that auto ship. Hang out. Try our new products that we're launching, right? Build up your experience with the products so you know and love them, and tell the world, right? So yes, exactly. So if your group chats are based on level of desire, great, but still within those group chats, you're going to have people other than like your total reds, you're going to have people with different levels of desire, and just be really careful about that. Anybody that is silent in those groups and is not saying anything, it's because they're out of their comfort zone. And if every single person in that group is not commenting, it's because they're out of their level of desire. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any, let me just make sure here. If you've got any questions, hold on. Okay, Haley, great question. What do you do when they tell you they are interested, but they don't want to give you their information? So I need clarification, Haley, wherever you are. Haley Pearson, they don't want to give you what information? If you can unmute yourself, or if I can find you. Haley Pearson, I guess this is Haley P. Haley, are you okay to say something?
Yeah, I had someone who said that they wanted to become a distributor but didn't feel comfortable giving me like their social security number and like that sort of information.
Okay, so you know what? If they don't feel comfortable, you give them step-by-step instructions on how to sign up through your website. Because I usually only sign customers. I'm that person that I don't know if I give my social security number to somebody online, right? Like, I don't know if I would do that. So you just simply give them step by step. Again, it's a choose your own adventure. So I'm going to give you guys another example. Somebody comes into your business and they say, I want to go Ruby. I'm so excited. I want to go Ruby. Your initial reaction is going to put them in a Ruby building group, right? Like, oh my God, we're going to build you to Ruby. We're going to do this. Okay, here's the other side of it. Why don't you customize their Ruby and say, go out and sign 4 customers and a distributor? How do I do that? Here's a couple of videos to watch. Go out and sign 4 customers and a distributor, come back to me, and then we'll go from there. Because when you give them homework, they're going to show you their level of desire. They're going to either come back with it and give you results, or they're not going to come back with it. And you can say to them, when do you want me to check in? When do you think, 4 customers and a distributor, when should I come check in? In a week? Okay, great. So you're going to check in with them in a week. Hey, how's that going? Do you need any help? I'm still super positive. I'm not saying, hey, did you sign those people? Hey, how's that going? Do you need any help? Right? They are going to continue to build their business. Maybe they didn't hit their goal, right? But they're like, no, I'm not quite there yet. Okay, well, when you're there, come to me, come back to me. If they are in this with you, they will keep coming back to you. They'll keep coming back to you and wanting more. If they don't come back to you, it's because they're not ready. So don't make them ready. Don't push them to be ready. Don't say you should be doing A, B, C, and D because you said you wanted to go Ruby this month. It's just making them feel crappy. It really is. And I don't want to make anybody feel crappy. And I know that I've done that in the past. So I really feel strongly about this. Again, this is just an opinion. This is just from facts and fiction and everything that I've gathered along the way. This is, stories. And I say fiction because of stories that I've heard and things that people have used to build their business. Do what works for you. This is just something to get your brain moving, okay? Let's make sure that I don't have any other. Okay, I'm going to move on because I have a lot to cover and I want to make sure. When you are talking to your team, like I said, if you want them to do something, so I screwed this up this year. I wanted my team to go to conference. I wanted people to show up to conference because I knew what conference meant. I know what it means. I will never miss a conference, but me hyping it up does not get people there. And I made that mistake this year. What would have gotten people there was telling people stories, getting people to come and do a live video in my team page and telling them stories about people that have gone to conference and their businesses exploded. That's how you get people there, by telling small success stories and make them bigger, right? Like this is what happened when you did this. All I know is when people show up for conference, their business blows up. All I know is. Now, if you're posting something, so even for example, this Zoom, okay? I posted it in my team page a couple of times, but what you will notice if you go back is that I always said if. If is a huge word because, again, you don't want to assume people have the same level of desire as you. If you would like to grow your business or you'd like to hear some tips from the Top Earner Academy from last weekend, please join me tonight at 6 p.m. If you would like to learn more about customer retention, please join me tonight at 6 p.m. and we'll go over customer retention. If you would like to qualify to be in a focus group, please see the details on how to pre-qualify for our focus group, right? If, always if, because then people don't feel obligated and don't feel like they're doing something wrong if they don't show up, okay? Let's see this. Okay, we're good. We're through page, thank God. Okay, so stop chasing after people. This is what we were talking about. Stop chasing after people if they have not completed the tasks. 2 chances, okay? We all know that this is promotion month. How many of you guys know that this is promotion month? How many people know that there's a big bonuses on the table? Lots of you, right? So how do we operate during promotion months? Well, we need to get everybody moving. Again, we want to get the masses moving. So small incremental contests to get everybody moving at once as opposed to focusing on your top 5 percenters, on the people that are producing the most. And you can do a group contest, but you can also award 1, 2, and 3. So you can award for the top enrollments, second highest enrollments, third highest enrollments, on top of a group contest where lots of people can qualify, okay? But when you keep reaching out to people and see, hey, how can I help you build your business? Hey, right? Your rubies are not maintaining and you need them to maintain for diamond. Hey, can I help you get your ruby back? Can I help you? Can I help you? Then they feel crappy. They feel crappy. They already know they're not maintaining their ruby. They already know that they feel crappy that they're not doing it. You're just making them feel worse every time you reach out to them and ask them if you can help them. Do not offer unsolicited advice. I'm laughing about this because it's very true and it will screw you and it will bite you in the ass. So don't offer unsolicited advice to people, regardless of who you think they are, regardless of your friendship, regardless of anything. I know, buddy, me too, don't worry. So here's what I want you to do. Instead, work with the people that come to you. Give people opportunities, always be open. Give people opportunities to come to you and be around you and learn from you. But always use the words if, and don't assume that their level of desire is the same. I only check in with people twice, okay? If you're a brand new distributor and you say you want A, B, C, and D, and you don't report back to me, I check in with you once, and if you say, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't done that, or I'm not quite there yet, okay, I'll check. When's the next time I should check in with you? Next Tuesday? If I check in with you or you don't follow up with me, like usually I'll get them to follow up with me, so okay, next Tuesday, shoot me a message next Tuesday, and we'll see where you're at, and we'll go from there. If they don't message me Tuesday, I'm going to message them Thursday and reach out and say, hey, just wanted to see how things were going. If you didn't get around to it, no big deal. But reach out to me when you're ready, okay? That's how I'm going to leave it. I'm totally going to leave it. Now, if this is not relieving you of all anxiety that you have about training your new distributors, because it should be, let it all go. I just want you to take a deep breath Let it all go. That's all you have to do. Show them a 5-minute welcome video where they feel welcome and be there for them and meet them on their level of desire. That is it. If they are not coming to you and asking questions, it's not your job to rally them. You know what your job is during promotion month? It is to go through your entire organization, to go through all of your phone and text every person that you know. It's to go through your books and books and books of names that you have, that you've made your hundreds list, your 300s list, your 500, your thousands list. Is to go through your list and sign people. It's to contact them now in this order, by the way. It's your enrollments first, you guys. Then you're going to contact your team and say, did you know that we have this promotion going on? I guarantee you that 80% of your team does not know about the $25,000, $10,000, $15,000. They don't know about the income guarantees, the $1,000 Ruby and the $3,000 for new people. They don't know about those things, you guys. So then you're going to contact your team and you're going to tell them, I know you think that they know, but they don't know. So you're going to contact them after you have gone through and followed up with every single person that you know. Your job is not to rally your team and make them feel less than because their desire is not to earn a $25,000 or $10,000 or $3,000 top up. That's not your job. Your job is to recruit like a boss. That's what your job is, and to figure out the people that come into your business and what level of desire they're at and meet them there and make them feel welcome regardless of that level of desire. Now, here's the other really awesome tip that I'm going to give you is if you do not have a customer care group, any of these people that were making millions of dollars in network marketing, if you don't have a customer care group, we put one together a couple of months ago. It doesn't have any sales, but it has our customers, and it has a group of about 10 girls that have had incredible results, are super passionate about helping others and our products. They're the ones that love throwing parties. They're the ones that love doing online parties. They're the ones that love telling about the products and had crazy, crazy results. But in there, every single day, we've like broken it up. So there's at least 2 posts a day, recipes, food prep, home workouts. Guys, instead of selling people a product, coach them on a lifestyle. Stop selling people on one product. When they're done their 3 months, it's up. If you coach them on living a healthy lifestyle and you give them the tools to do that, they will purchase from you forever. They will continue. They will try new products. The girls in there, we share our success stories. Our customers are now sharing their success stories. Our customers are selling other customers on products because they're getting them in the mail. They taste great. They're excited. We're getting messages like, oh my God, what's this product? And they'll share a post that was in our customer care group and say, how do I get this on my auto ship? Can you put this on my auto ship? We're making it so easy for people to be inspired to use other products and not selling them on it. We're just sharing results. We're sharing our excitement. We're sharing our meals and our recipes and our home workouts and our motivation and accountability. And we're creating a community of healthy living. We're in health and wellness, you guys. So create that and create value. Because again, what is going to bring people back to you versus anybody else? Right? When there are 10 other companies out there that have great products, what are going to make people come back to you and buy products from you and not go after the next shiny object? If you were selling a product and not a lifestyle, they're not going to stick around for long, and you're going to always have trouble maintaining your volume, growing your volume, all that kind of stuff. What we want is to truly help people. We truly want to help people, right? Whether they are keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, I don't care what they are. I want to support them in living a healthy lifestyle because they're going to feel better. And eventually, if they love the products, you guys, they're going to join your team. That's what's going to happen, okay? So customer care group, huge. Not selling people at all in that group. Just creating a group. Here's now what's happened. We've done this for 2 months. We're starting to put our potentials in there. Because if our potentials are not sold from talking to us, they're going to be sold by our community and culture and our support for one another. That's what's going to sell them on our company. So we're going to start putting potentials in there, and then they're going to get exposure to our products, our culture, our community, and they're going to be excited to stick around. Let's see. So I talked to you guys about promotion months and you being the person that is driving the force. I don't want anybody to out recruit me on promotion months, okay? I want to be the person that's bringing in people after people after people, and people are seeing me welcome people all the time. That's been really difficult, you guys, by the way, not having Facebook for 3 weeks. and not being able to send messages for the last week, that people still couldn't respond to my messages for the past week. So what am I doing? I'm being super consistent, and I'm messaging on Instagram, and I'm learning a new skill. I think that everybody should have more than one platform. Focus on what you're good at. Focus on the 1 or 2 you're good at, but I feel like you should be available across all platforms just in case something like this happens to you. I don't think that it will. I think, it's a pretty one-off, but just in case, I think that you should be available across all platforms. The other thing about promotion months is when you're bringing in new blood, then you can go to your leaders and say, hey guys, how's your week going? I brought in 3 new people this week. What do you guys want to do to rally the troops? What do you guys want to do to brainstorm with contests? Involve your leaders, but don't ask them to do anything. Okay? Instead, be the leader that you wish you had. Be the leader that you admire. Be the leader that somebody wants to step up and join you. Become that person. I challenge you, because you guys, people don't hate network marketing. They hate network marketers. Okay? They hate being sold to. They hate people saying that this is better than what they're doing. And they hate that mentality. But if you can rise and be the leader, you're the one that's bringing in new blood. You're the one that is coaching people. You're saying, I'm going to do this. If you want to join me, great. If you don't, that's totally cool. Again, even in your business, when you're recruiting people, same thing. If you're interested, great. If you're not, that's totally cool. Are you open to taking a look? In your business, I'm going to do this. If you want to join me, I'm going to start a customer care group. If you want to join me and plug your people in, absolutely. If you don't want to, that's totally cool too. Always giving an out. Always. Different levels of desire. Different levels, right? Different levels of what you're going to do. If you aren't getting new leaders to the front of the room, if you don't have new stories about people going ruby, emerald, diamond, your business isn't growing. So bringing in new blood is the base of your business, okay? Now, if you don't think that there are people out there that want this, I got to give you some perspective, okay? There were 750,000 Uber drivers that registered in the US last year. 700, that's almost 1 million people that need more money and don't want to have a boss and want to work their own hours. They're willing to drive around at crazy times of the night with drunk people in their car, in their personal car, because they want to make more money and they don't want a boss. If you could provide that solution to people without them feeling any sort of pressure, don't you think that they would join you? I just want you to think about that for a second, because people want to make an extra income. So it's how you present that income, and you don't have to know anything. You guys, duplication is key. So dumb it down and don't be the authority. Do not be the authority at all. Please ask questions. You guys, I'm totally going to go through these questions, because I'm just going to get through the last page of notes and then I'll go through the questions. Okay, newbie here. What does promotion month mean? Okay, Jennifer, promotion month. So we work our business consistently day in, day out. And if you fall in love with that process, you fall in love with sharing products, you fall in love with sharing the opportunity with people and helping people grow, then you will absolutely ace this. Promotion months are because we have a deadline. At the end of this month is like the only, I think it's the end of the $1,000 and $3,000 guaranteed income, unless they move the deadline. The end of March is the end of the $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 big promotional bonuses. So there's a lot of people that are running for those promotions. And a lot of the time we all gather our troops and make people responsible for their own businesses. But again, when we do that, we're putting pressure on them to run as hard as we are, instead of going out there and doing the work and being the example. And I'm telling you right now, being the example and out enrolling everybody and being a mass recruiter on your promotion months, because your level of desire is that $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 bonus, that's what's going to get you there over pushing. Because if you've been around for a few years, you guys, you know that if you've done a promotion and people aren't quite ready for that promotion, A, they've never picked their business back up, they've never maintained that rank again, or B, they've left, they've quit. So it's really important that we don't push people to being that level of desire if they don't have it. So don't rally your rubies and say, hey, you have this much volume left for your ruby. You have this, unless they are asking you. Unless they are coming to you and asking and saying, how do I do this? What do I need? And you're giving them tasks and they're coming back with them. If you are going to them and trying to rally your team, it's not going to make them feel good. Okay? It's just not. It's not going to make them feel good. So you go out there and you fill those rubies, right? If you have to, you fill those rubies. It's your paycheck. It's your promotion. It's your chart. I will not say that again, but I really want you to focus and realize that this is your business. It's not rallying the troops on your team. It's your level of desire that wants this. So you go and roll. Excuse me. Again, all I know is this. I use this and this happened. Really, really, really simple. So the number one thing is to make people feel good regardless of their level of desire. Okay, that's the number one thing. You want to make them feel good. You want to make them feel good about what you're talking to them about, and you want them to feel good about you. To your potentials, this is kind of what I talked about a little bit before. Transaction versus creating an environment. So what you don't want to be thinking when you talk to potentials is, how do I make this sale? What you want to be thinking is, you want them to think, if I can do it, you can too. Okay? If I can use the greens and lose 10 pounds, if I can use the keto coffee and lose 30 pounds, you can too. If I can do this business, you can too. All I know is, if I talk to enough people, my business grows. Okay? All I know is, it's super simple, right? Like, let's just make this so stinking simple that it's duplicatable across your entire team, and people don't hesitate because they think that they need to know a million things before they start. So again, put yourself in that position. How would you want somebody to reach out to you? Would you want them to reach out to you and feel like they're being sold to? No. But if somebody reached out to me and said, oh my God, your daughter's birthday party this weekend looked like so much fun. She's so cute. Hey, this might be weird, but it looks like you're somebody that's pretty active. Would you be interested in trying any of these products? That is completely different than asking them if they'd like to try the keto coffee. Okay. And I know a lot of you guys on here are pretty seasoned in this, but I just really have to reiterate it because it's really important. When people start to show up differently, people notice. So I started showing up a lot differently in my business, and I had a lot of people reach out to me saying, what are you doing differently? What are you doing with your business? What are you doing personally? And I was doing a lot of personal development, and I was plugged into a group where I was getting daily action steps. If you want to know what that group is, please PM me after this, and I'm happy to share it with you. But I poured into myself, and I started changing the way that I thought, and I started thinking like a consumer. And people say that all the time, but I want you to think about how you would want to be treated. And what would make you pick you if you were choosing from 5 other people? Okay. Here is the secret sauce. You want to know how to build your business the fastest possible way and how to speed up time? I'm going to go through and check the comments right now and answer questions right now. But this is the last piece of advice that I want to give you. The more you prospect, the faster time will collapse. Okay? The more you prospect, the faster time will collapse. You want to build your business quickly? Go out and prospect. You want to build your business quickly? Go out and enroll. Go out and enroll new people. Teach them a duplicatable, simple system that doesn't have them paralyzed and thinking they have to know everything before they start. Let me just go through this and see if there's any other questions. Please feel free to write them right now. I'm just going to make sure that I haven't missed anything. And again, you guys, this is just an opinion. I've just gotten a ton of information like downloaded into my brain. And I feel like it's really important to share it with you because like I said, people don't hate network marketing. They hate network marketers. And we have a chance here to change the game. We have a chance to change the industry and show people who we really are, that we're here to help people, that we want more out of life, that we want this life of freedom and to share it with other people. So I think it's really important that, you know, this is just a way of thinking, but I've gotten it from people that have been in the industry for 20 plus years, people that have way more experience than any of us. And I think that that's so important. It'll also speed up time when you learn from other people that have gone before you, right? That's part of the reason that I looked into coaching this year, is because I wanted to speed up time and I didn't want to make trial and error mistakes. Let's see. One-on-one Zooms with new distributors at the start. How do you feel about that? I don't think you should do it. I think that's a lot of time wasted because, like I said, 90% of it they're not taking in. I think a 5-minute video, and like, how duplicatable is that? How many people are you bringing in a month? If you bring in 5 people a month, that's 5 hours of your time that you could be prospecting when they could simply watch a video, and you spend 2 minutes teaching them how to put together a 30s list, 5 minutes on how to reach out to people, and then tell them to come back with their task, right? If you continue to do one-on-ones, you will one-on-one yourself to death. I'm going to tell you that I've done that. I've done 48 hours of one-on-ones in a month, and it wasted a ton of time because it did not motivate anybody. None of those people gave a crap that I was giving my time. They were motivated for 3 hours, maybe, and then they didn't do anything. And I wasted all of that time with every single person, whereas I could have done a video. And again, all I know is when you reach out to people like this, some people want information, some people don't. Some people are open, some people aren't. Our job is to simply see if they raise a hand and want more information. Like, somebody said something to me, and this is going to appeal to those of you that are, in the VIP leadership and above. This might blow your mind, so I'm going to share it. This is another nugget that blew my mind and changed the way that I think. How would you operate on a daily basis if you had 100,000 people on your team? I see April Jennings is on here. How would you operate differently if you had 100,000 people on your team? Because you wouldn't spend time doing one-on-one hour-long Zooms with your newbies. I can tell you that much. You'd point them to a video because it's duplicatable. You wouldn't spend time dealing with any sort of drama in your team. You'd cut it off at the knees and you'd move forward. Anybody that ever came to you and complained to you, I'm going to put this out there because I know there's some of you that love being counselors, because I was one of those people. I wanted to counsel people through it. You cannot. So when people come and complain to you, if you try and counsel them through that, you are now an ear and you've given energy to that. So they will always come to you with their problems. And you're going to spend your entire day dealing with people's problems and they're complaining. My energy level is up here. I'm not letting people with an energy level down there even bring mine down an inch. I'm not doing it. So when people come to me and complain about something, see ya, on to the next, because my decisions now, they were based on a dollar amount, but now they're based on, if I had 100,000 people on my team, what would I do? How do I want to give great customer care if I've got 100,000 people on my team? I'm going to put together a Live Fit community, right? That's what we did. We put together a group for our customer care and got people in there that really cared about the products, giving people information. That's what I'm going to do. How do you rank up? That is a conversation that you need to have with your sponsor, and it's step by step by step. And so I want you to reach out to the person that enrolled you and ask them how to rank up and what you need to do. You need to enroll. That's the bottom line. You need to enroll customers and distributors. That's what you need to do to rank up. You change that up if they come to you complaining about not signing people or not having big checks, yet they aren't doing IPAs. I'm laughing, Tanya, because I hear you, that you've shown them how to do. Then do you tell them it's because they're not working? I struggle with making them not feel like crap at that point. Yeah, 100%. Totally hear you. So here's what you do instead. When they come to me complaining about not signing people, number one, I'm going to point them to a video. Hey, here's how you talk to potentials. Hey, why don't you Google how to sign a loyal customer with It Works? How about you go to YouTube and Google how to sign an LC with It Works, right? Not rocket science. But when they do that, say, okay, I want you to watch this video, show up to the Zoom, whatever it is. Oh, funny, I'm doing a Zoom about that, on how to sign loyal customers, how to grow your team. If you'd like to learn how to do that, show up on Friday at 7, right? If you want to do that. Then you say, you're going to go watch this video. Come back to me when you've signed 5 people. Oh, they come back to you, they haven't signed. I can't sign anybody. Well, change your language. Here's a personal development book. Go for no. Go for no. They're not asking enough people. So it's pointing them to the right resources without wasting your time. And then it's actually just not responding to the complaining or the negativity. They don't have big checks. Hey, the fastest way to get a big check? Go out and enroll people. You're not good at enrolling people? You know what? The only way to get better is by talking to more people, saying less to more people. That's how you get good at enrolling people, and you learn as you go. If you're not talking to enough people, or hey, did you know that you can earn unlimited weekly bonuses, $100 weekly bonuses? Blows your mind, right? Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, so if you go enroll a team member, enroll a couple loyal customers, there's $100. Pretty easy, right? So that's all you have to do. And they have to learn that enrolling is how they make money, but I do not let people complain to me at all. I'm like, oh, here's a video. Go watch this video. Come back to me when you sign 2 customers. Give them homework. And if they're not going to go sign customers, you coaching them or making them feel shitty isn't going to make them sign customers, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm pregnant and cannot take the products that are not in the skincare line. How can I make non-pregnant people relate to me? I plan on ordering more. Okay, this is such a great question, Samantha. Thank you for asking. So when I first got into this business, obviously you're pregnant, right? But I'd imagine that you want to live a pretty healthy lifestyle. Did you know that our It's Core Nutrition, if you have it where you are, is one of the best prenatal vitamins? And that my midwife actually approved a lot of our products just by showing her screenshots of the ingredients. So you could be taking some of the products. You just have to vet which ones you can, or go take them to your doctor and see if they'll allow you. But this is what I said to my husband, because my husband's like, oh, we're in a weight loss company. And I was like, well, do I need to lose weight? And he's like, no. Good answer, honey. But my husband has always been super athletic. He's been super fit. I swear to God, he's had a 4 or a 6-pack since he was 4. Like, that's just his body type. I know, ladies, it's so annoying. But that's who he is. And he said, how do I sell weight loss products to people? How do I model that? And I said, Ryan, you worked at a bar for 19 years. I know that you don't drink Jaeger anymore. I know you don't drink beer. I know you don't drink multiple kinds of liqueur. You sell them every single day because there's a market for them. So Samantha, there is a market for every single one of these products. Just because you're not using them doesn't mean that you can't. Highlight the ones that you are. Highlight the stretch mark cream. Highlight the things that you can use when you're pregnant. But you're simply giving people information. That's all, right? You're simply giving people information. Talk about the lifestyle. Talk about you being pregnant and being able to have a side hustle that you can make money when you're on maternity leave. Right? Find the things that you can relate to. And then the things that you can't, it's just our job to give people information and see if they're open. You can absolutely talk about weight loss even though you're pregnant. That doesn't matter. And if you have any clarification, if you need clarification, please private message me on any of this stuff, okay? And for my own, see, I love that, Casey. Casey just said, I promote people for my own promotions without them knowing. And I've done the same thing. I've absolutely promoted people without them knowing because it benefited me. Sometimes those people don't maintain that rank. However, they do have a leg up. And if they see some little snippet of success, they may light a fire. But as long as you didn't make them feel crappy for not being at your level of desire, they will be open to that. Let's see. Yes, if. I love the golden if, Nana. Also adding. Yes, these are such great comments too. I hope you guys have been reading the comments. When someone just likes your video on Facebook, would you message them, or only the ones that comment? I message everybody. If they have given any sort of inkling to liking my video, I'm sending them a message and just saying, thanks so much for the love on my video. I really appreciate it. I hope it brought you some value. And they'll usually respond. And I'll say, well, what did you like about it? And then they'll respond. Hey, I have to ask, do you happen to be in a home-based business right now? It's that easy. Yes or no? Just all you're doing is choose your own adventures. Choose your own adventure story, okay? Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, I think you guys are good. If you guys need any more clarification on this, I will be, doing smaller videos and going into more detail on some of this stuff, but I just wanted to give you a broad range of what we went over down there. There's, guys, I have like 40 pages of notes that just blew my mind. So if you're in our team page, I'll be posting on some of the bigger groups if you guys want access to these Zooms that I'll be doing with more detail. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you so much for making the time and being here. I really appreciate it. We maxed out the Zoom tonight, which is great. Excuse me, I need water now. I've talked too much. But if you have any questions, please message me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending your time. I hope somebody had an aha moment. I hope that this spoke to you. Something I said spoke to you and triggered something that might change the game in your business. Okay, hope you guys have an awesome, awesome, awesome night, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.